Hi, everybody. Welcome to the grid. Sorry, I was just not quite ready. Even though they asked me, "Are you ready?"
Like, yeah. It's okay.
I'm just doing something. Anyway, hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Scott Kelby, joined with Mr. RC.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? So
Hey,
this
RC.
week, what's up? How you doing?
You are.
So, man. So this week is portfolio. We're looking at photo critiques.
It is. It's photo critiques. Now, we're supposed to have a special guest in the studio.
Right here.
Where's Eric Valen?
Right. He's in the middle of doing a class.
Yeah, he's on location doing a class for us today for Kelby 1.
Right, and as things would happen, it's like, the classes sometimes run long, sometimes
The
run
class
short.
is running long, so I don't expect to see Eric today. So
We'll see what happens.
maybe later we can just show a picture of him.
We'll just have her right here, be like, hey, Rick.
You know what we should start doing?
What?
We should start naming really famous people that would be here and then say that they're stuck doing something. Oh, and Joe McNally was supposed to be here today. Oh, he couldn't make it. He's tied his flight. His flight got delayed.
That's
and
the ticket.
Jay Maisel was going to be here today.
But he's having...
Train problem.
That's
running
right. That's
behind.
right.
He missed his connection.
Marathon training, really.
Marathon training. Anyway, so, hey, couple things before we start. We've had some questions. We always have questions. How do you submit images for today's blind critiques? Well, we announce this sometimes if we know in advance the day before. So yesterday, I put it out on my social media channels. I put it out on my Twitter, on my
your
Facebook,
Twitter
and on
is-
Google+. On Twitter, I'm Scott Kelby.
On Facebook?
S. Kelby. And
Okay.
on Google+, Scott Kelby.
Right.
So we would put it out, and then again today on all of our socials. Are also, if you follow the Kelby One, if you follow anybody of any of us, me, RC, Brad, Kelby One, we put it out everywhere saying, so make your submissions. And so from those, we'll choose 12 to 15. It depends how much time we have to go through them today. And so that's it. So just basically the best way to know when we do it once a month. Keep an eye on our social stuff, and we'll let you know. We honestly don't know in advance because we have people coming in and out and different people here and stuff. We don't always know which week it's going to be.
Right. Now, before we actually start, also, I did want to mention the kelby1.com/live
You
section.
need to connect to
because
the,
there are some different tours that are coming up.
Yeah.
So we have different tours and we have dates, and if you want to be able to catch us live, like I know that you're starting, you're doing Shoot Like a Pro, and we've got Joel
I'm in
Grimes out
Sacramento.
there.
Yeah, Jack.
So-
Hey, we'll talk about that. We'll get into all that later.
So just make sure that you guys take a look at kelby1.com/live. for
Yeah,
most
I
of
would
that
say
stuff.
just go to kelby1.com just in general. Just go there.
And then just from there, you can get
hang
everything
out.
else.
Just do whatever.
Now, we also did something earlier today, which I thought was kind of
Yeah,
cool.
let's lay. Yeah.
It was kind of
We
exciting.
launched a new show today, me and RC.
So we've been a little busy around here. So the Lightroom show, and
Yeah.
it's based on all of the work that we're doing over at Lightroom Killer Tips. So I just kind of wanted to bring that up. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure that you go take a look at lightroomkillertips.com. It's a great place where you can get a lot of questions answered on the concept of Lightroom. And there's a lot of questions that kind of come in. And Scott was like, well, why don't we just go ahead and make a show out of it?
Right.
Looks slick. Looks clean.
Yeah, it was
It's
great. We had a
up and
great
running.
first show. We're
Right.
taping another one today.
We're recording them. They're not
Recording
launched
them.
yet.
Next
Just keep
week.
that in mind.
Next week.
It'll launch
And we
next
don't even
week.
know which day next week, but someday next week it'll launch, and
Just-
it'll be at lightroomkillertips.com.
Keep the social channels
Kelby
open.
TV.
Make sure you're looking at it.
Yeah,
and
follow
it'll be
us, and you'll always know what's going on. Let's start critiquing, buddy.
That's it. All right. So we have a couple of images here. Let's
Yep.
go ahead and pick those up.
We're going to take a look at them. And our rule for the blind critiques is to just is to tell the truth. Since nobody else will, we strive to.
We're going to.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Okay, yeah, not bad. I really like that shot. It's a little flat in the post-processing.
Mm-hmm.
It could really use some contrast and some sharpening and stuff. But I think the basis of a really great shot is there. So I think RC is going to go do that.
I'll go over here.
Crank up the contrast a little more, and hit some clarity on it, right? Because this is the kind of shot that loves clarity. And let's see. Yeah, you're getting there. But I overall like the shot. I like how intimate the portrait is. It's
Right.
very, very close. And when you close crop like that, you're really bringing really in an intimate look at the viewer. You can see every little craggle in his face, especially now.
And he's got a lot of character in his face.
He's got a lot of character, and I like being able to see the eyes. I might have brightened the eyes just a tiny bit, but nothing like tremendous.
Right.
If I'd had my druthers, I'd have pulled out an inch maybe and not been quite as tight, so you could see a little more of the ball cap.
Right.
Maybe just a little bit more. But
Right.
I really like that shot. I think it's nicely done. I just like what he tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, I like
from the get-go.
The setup looks really, really good, and just I think from a compositional standpoint, one of the things that is catching me is if there isn't something that's adding to the picture, it's taking away from the picture. So if you look right here, if there isn't anything here of any kind of visual interest in this
Darken
area,
that.
I would darken that
Yeah.
because if it's not adding, it's taking away.
Yeah.
Right. This
darken
section
that
right
for
here,
sure. You can darken that a hair too.
I would darken that a little.
That doesn't
bit.
bother me as much as the left side, like you pointed out. That really, you're like, why am I seeing that?
But interesting, definitely an interesting shot.
Good shot.
Right. So
And this one is just a shot of a cute little girl. Nothing much to it.
yeah,
Not hard to get. If she's so cute, if you can't get a good shot of her.
you got a problem.
But it's just, there's really, I don't want to say there's nothing there, but there's nothing special there. I mean, she's a cute little girl, and you got a nice shot of her, and that's nice.
But she's not engaging the camera.
Not
she's
engaging
doing
the
anything.
camera. She's not, and I don't like the crop. It's just, that's okay. That's nice.
Okay. And from there,
So this one, I kind of like the guy. I like everything from his buttons up. But because of the wide angle lens, what's happened is you've distorted his body to where the bottom half of him looks much bigger than the top half. If only there were a way in Lightroom to fix when a lens distortion problem happens that tilts the body the other way. See if this will fix it. It may be. And so what I would go to is go to manual. Oh, there you go. Hold on. That helped a lot right there.
Right, so-
just look at the. See how he had that little tiny baby head and giant hips? There's definitely a lens distortion
Yeah, I
problem.
mean, you
Now that you've done that,
Oh,
go
okay.
to the aspect ratio. Go to the aspect. Go to manual.
Right.
Go to aspect and drag to the right. Is it? To stretch him back out a little. There you go. All right. Now I think you got it. Well, his hands are cut off, so there's an issue there. But it wasn't a very, let me put it this way. What you had done to him was not very flattering. Nobody wants to have giant hips, especially me.
Right.
So I think that with a little bit of lens correction there, I think it looks tremendously better there, except for you cut off his fingers.
Right.
But I think there's some good stuff there.
and also probably the only other thing that I would add to that is just from a compositional standpoint, and this is nitpicking small, but if you were to shoot at a very low angle like that, it presumes kind of like a position of power, right? Like
Yeah.
they look very powerful. Have him look down. He could look down and probably jut out a little bit, and it
Yeah.
would look like a very powerful portrait. But
Also, you don't have to
small.
Also, he's kind of close. I guess if you could back up a little bit. I think this, what would have been great with this portrait? You walk back 15 feet and shoot it with a 200 millimeter lens instead of up close with like
Yes,
a 50
yes,
or a
yes.
30.
A 33.
33 is not very flattering. And when you're down low, all you're doing is making everything at the bottom of the frame big, everything at the top of the frame very small.
33, 35, 50, he's from a proportion standpoint, he's probably a little bit too big for that lens
Yeah,
choice.
yeah.
So,
Cute little kid.
doing sit-ups.
Doing sit-ups. Cute little kid. But you know what? It's really hard to judge this because it just looks like a shot you took with your cell phone of a cute little kid.
Yeah. Nothing really to it.
No, okay.
Okay. All right.
This I like. This is very nice. I love the lighting in this one. It's interesting. It's soft. It's appropriate for the shot. She has kind of a cute little, it's tough to judge kid shots because the kids are so cute.
But
at the end of the day,
see, my biggest problem though,
bright spot over there.
right? It tends to look like this is what happens when daddy secondhand smokes. It just has that kind of. Oh, sorry.
Not a bad photographer.
No.
You know what? You can do a lot with changing lenses and being very aware of what's happening in the background. Because the background, you have great foreground subjects. So you got a couple of snapshots here. You got a couple of shots that are really, really close, and you got a cute little girl with a bow in her head.
Right. So,
But not bad.
Not bad.
You're in the game. Hey, before we go any further, moderating your comments and just generally looking quite dashing today is Mr. Brad Moore.
What's up?
I love how he throws the forehead forward, the squinch comes
The
up.
squinch comes up.
Well,
How you doing,
the squinch
Brado?
is just because I smile so much.
It is. You do smile a lot.
Yeah.
How you doing, Brado?
I'm good. How are you?
What's going on in your world? What are you doing?
I'm moderating the chat.
I mean, outside of the grid. What's going on? Shooting any shows? What do you got going on?
No, this next month or so, the next few weeks, I'm working on a location lighting workshop that I'm giving at the end of the month. So I've
In
got
Fort Worth, may I
Fort
say?
Worth, Texas, at the
Yeah.
Southwestern Photojournalism Conference, featuring Dave Black. But yeah, so I got to be doing some shoots for that. So that's what I got going on. I'm starting to plan, figure out what I'm doing.
Nice.
All righty. Well,
Very
thank you,
cool.
Brad. Thank you for being here. So Brad is monitoring your comments. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything, send it to Brad, and he will either let us know or he'll completely ignore it.
Most likely ignore.
Most likely. No, right.
All right.
Oh, wait. So it's Saracher.
Oh, Saracher.
You're doing that. Stephanie is asking, is Brad allowed to have a life outside of Kelby Land?
Brad has a very full, luxurious life. Brad spends, and a lot of people don't realize this, but Brad has a whole thing he does on nude selfies.
That's right.
That is huge outside of here. And
I get my inspiration from you. Just saying.
Wow.
wow,
way to
thanks.
turn it around.
Way to turn that around.
Very awkward moment here.
That's awkward.
I don't
It's
do
what we do.
selfies.
It's
Just
what-
for the record.
Brad's life outside of here is, of course, I mean, he has his friends, and he does all kinds of stuff, and he travels and stuff. But if you don't know, he's an absolutely kick-butt concert photographer. Go look at his work at bemorevisuals.com. And so that's one of his big loves and his passions.
pulling it up right now.
Is concert photography. And so, but Brad's also a terrific writer, and Brad is just a very talented guy in many, many ways.
Yeah, Brad
That's
does
a
not
really
play.
cool shot.
Brad does not play. He's
Yeah,
pretty good.
He's there.
He's got a gift.
You have a gift. Look at this stuff, though. Just scroll through it real quick, just for a second, to give an idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
When people are like, you pick on Brad, we're like, he shoots like this.
Yeah.
He can take
He
it.
could take it. Hey, is that violin shot the guy, the violin player in there?
No.
Why isn't that
I
shot in your
haven't updated my
portfolio?
website in so long. It's terrible.
Oh.
Yes, it's time to update your site, bro.
Yeah.
It's on my Instagram.
Brad's got better shots than this, even. He's you know.
It's on
Yeah,
my
these
Instagram.
are okay.
Yeah, he's got some. I love that.
This is his signature.
Okay,
Yeah.
stop gushing over my word. Go back
All
to
right,
the
okay,
critiques.
back to our show. Hey, Brad's here. Okay.
Let's take a look at some
All
more
right,
work.
next. Who we got next?
Okay, we have
We
this
don't
person.
know who it is. They're blind critiques. We don't say their names unless you put a big watermark on it. Okay, there's a shot.
Okay. One.
That's one. Okay. 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 All right.
That's it.
Whoever this person, guy or girl, I like him.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, I like him. You know what? The kid has a blank stare, but it's kind of an interesting blank stare. I don't know how to quite put it, but it's just like, you know what it is? Sometimes you look at a picture and it's giving you nothing. And sometimes you look at the picture and I want to know more about this kid. There's something about him I think is interesting. Maybe it's the hat. Maybe it's because he looks so out of place in front of graffiti, it's not even funny. I'm not quite sure
Right.
exactly what it is. I kind of like this shot.
If I were to nitpick it, I would say this area has very, very little contrast in contrast to the
to
area
that,
that sits
yeah.
here. So this looks almost a little bit too
Flat?
too white, too flat.
Yeah.
I would say that there's probably not enough separation between the line on his shirt and the graffiti that
Yeah.
sits in the background. So it doesn't offer any kind of depth in the picture. It
Yeah.
almost kind of looks like a cutout.
Yeah.
It's still a great shot. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a good shot. I think that the dodging that the burning that they've done here and here is probably a bit much.
Could be just a vignette.
Right. And that's what I would think. And this is the one thing. This is my campaign for 2015. I want to get people to stop doing vignettes in their pictures and start actually dodging and burning portions of their pictures. I have a class. We're going to do that.
All right, I just use a certain setting for vignetting.
Okay.
And I want it to be so subtle that you don't realize there's the vignette.
Right.
I don't want you to see a vignette. If you
Right.
see the vignette, then you go, oh,
You got a problem.
But a little tiny bit of it can really be effective. It's if you can't even see it.
So, but I mean, a
All
good
right,
shot.
Next, this is my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
the Instagram-like toning, right? It's got a cross-processing type effect on it. I love the balance in the this is a cool shot. I like the balance.
This is the brightest part of the picture, which normally you
Normally
would
would
make
be
you be
like,
like,
really?
but The fact that it kind of it's like, why is that bright? That's
It kinda
lighting this.
illuminates
It hits him, and you're
Yeah.
like, it's
No,
kinda,
I think it's a cool
It's kind of
shot.
neat.
As soon as it came up, I was like, that's cool.
The eyes are a little too sharp for me,
Yeah, I know, it's okay.
but that's it. That's probably the weakest of the bunch
Yeah, that's
for me.
definitely the weakest. It's okay.
It's like, this person is not this person.
No. Yeah. I want that photographer. I want to see more from that photographer. I want to see less from this photographer, even though it's the same photographer.
I love this look. I love this shot,
That's
period.
cool.
I think it's a great shot. I love the lines in the glasses. I love the interest that's happening here. I like the face. I like this adds a little bit of interest.
I love the toning. It is a little bright behind him. I would darken that area where your cursor just was to the left of him. But
Like right here.
yeah, darken that. But anyway, that's kind of a cool shot. I don't think it's nearly as strong as the one a couple before, but it's good.
All right.
And this I like. I like one part of it, and I don't like the rest. I really like the little dollop of light on her. I like the light coming from the side, but I don't like seeing the door lit.
This is too
That
lit.
right there. You know, it's you know what it does? It doesn't add a lot of mystery if you see a big, you know what I mean?
You know what happened.
Yeah, I think you're trying to create mystery. Look at the light on her legs. So you know that there's light coming from the left. It's kind of subtle. I like the light on her head and all, but that kind of that I don't need to see
When
the
it hit that door, it gave it away.
I don't need that door lit.
And you know what would have helped you there? A flag.
A flag, or to
Just
do
a
a double
straight-
tap, you
yeah.
know, shoot once with the flash on, shoot once with the flash off, and then mask in the one with the flash off.
Yeah.
But that's
Flagging the light, I think,
all
would have been easy.
But you know what, I like this photographer overall. I think they got some stuff.
Yeah. I thought it was
Yeah.
kind of neat.
Hey, you know what though? Can you zoom in? There's a much better picture.
Somewhere in here.
Right in there is a better picture. Right there. That is a much more interesting. Now we're seeing something.
Mr. Kelby, you can't do that. That's cropping.
That is cropping.
I don't know.
I know. We should never crop.
We should
But
never.
no, but I'm telling you what,
Wait,
that's
wait,
a
let's
much
look for
more.
it. Let's look for it.
Can I
Hold
tell
on.
you something? There's a much more interesting picture in there. I don't know if you can get her whole fingers and everything in there.
You know what? And here's the thing. I free crop all the time. People are like, oh, well, ratios and this and the
You
other.
free crop.
I do. You know why? I tell people all the
No, you
time.
can free crop
You know
if
what
you
does?
want.
You know what? When you crop disproportionately and you kind of just get rid of sections, all that does is affect your ability to get a frame at target. That's it.
Right.
Nothing else.
Hit the
but
thing.
like there,
Make it big.
that's big.
I think that's a much, much, much better, stronger,
I mean, you could
interesting
even
picture.
You could even just kind of.
Make it a duotone. Yeah, darken that over there on the side with a gradient filter. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now.
Yeah.
Hey, can I say something about cropping?
What's that?
Because you know we have purists that are all crazy about cropping.
Right.
Like you crop it. Like I was just right before we went in the air. Remember how I was kind of like stunned when I went in the air?
Right.
Was because I was reading something. Reverb.com, which is a place where I go to sell my used guitar gear and used musical instrument stuff and buy more stuff, which I shouldn't have done. Anyway, but I love it, reverb.com. And one of the guys I like that writes there is this guy. He writes a column. Dave Hunter writes a column called Dave's Corner, and it doesn't have to be showing to you because it's a bunch of text. But his post today was the pedals are cheating mentality. Like there are guitar players that say to be a good guitar player, you have a guitar, and a plug, and it goes into a tube amp, and anything outside of that is cheating. It's the same mentality in photography that goes, nope, you take a picture, you crop it that way, and if it's messed up or whatever it is, it's cheating to crop it, or it's cheating to use Photoshop, or it's cheating to, like, purists.
You know what's cheating? Not using the tools that you have to get the vision out of your head. That's cheating. That's cheating. You're cheating yourself.
Let's cheat on
Anyway,
to somebody else.
like-
Hey, here's a side-by-side. Much stronger on the left. Much.
But again, just an opinion.
Just an opinion, but that's all we can give, right? All right, let's do
let's
another
see.
one before we take a break.
All
Let's
right,
see what
let's
we got.
do that. Let's go to the next one
Let's
here.
do another one. Good. I like this photographer, though.
Yeah.
Get a little crappie
stuff.
on us, and you'll be in good shape. That's a crappy photo.
Those
Okay?
are stars?
Or is it sensor dust? All right.
I think it's stars.
Okay.
A little dark here.
The stars at night. Let's look at them all first, real quick.
okay.
Deep in the heart of Texas. All right.
Okay.
It's overprocessed and over-sharpened, like, a lot.
Right. So, It's a little too sharp.
50% of what you did would be good. But you know what it is? It's only going to get so good. It's kind of shot in crappy light. But
no, you can't.
no, there's no fixing that.
It's a little too sharp. That's
Just,
a little
you know
too
what
sharp.
it is? You have your amp on like 12. Just crank it back a little bit.
To 11.
And I kind of like the starburst thing. You know, that's kind of nice. You have it nicely positioned. You had a nice sky. It is not the greatest. It's not the greatest.
Yeah, it's just.
It's not the greatest landscape to be shooting in the first place. It's all right, but over processing it is all I can see when I look at your picture.
Right.
All right, next. It's kind of nice.
But it's not. Oh wow!
It's a pretty
just,
sky, but it's
I wish these things weren't there, because then
Yeah,
at least you could have
if
just
those
gone with a
trees-
mirror and color and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and it would have been abstract.
Yeah, those. Yeah, that's all right.
This I thought was kind of neat. It's a little. It's still a little crunchy. It's
Yeah,
still a little
it's a
over
little
sharp.
crunchy.
But the concept looked like it was okay.
All right. All right. So-
Definitely Joel Grimes.
Well, yeah, Joel Grimes-ish or Matt Hernandez-ish. The lighting's not quite there yet. Look at the next one where you really see it's not there. Look how bright his arms and his gloves are, and then look where his face is.
Right.
So I see where you're going, and where you're heading's a good place. Matt Hernandez is a good guy to look up on Google Plus and look at his stuff. Joel Grimes, of course, is but I think it's just studying the lighting. I think you're on the right track. I think it's cropped. Let me put it this way: if I have a choice to see more of his head or more of his groin, I think you should go to the head.
Yes.
It's the cropping is.
A little more head, a little less groin.
Thank you. A little more head, a little less groin. That just sounds bad in every way, but you know what we mean.
And it's. I think as a whole, all of it is just a bit much.
Yeah.
Like they're on the path.
Turn down
but
the amp a little bit.
But it's just a bit much.
Yeah.
Like
right.
that's just a bit much. This here just feels like a bit much. This feels a bit much.
But you know what? It's not. I don't want to discourage this photographer because I think they're really on the right path.
Yeah, they are.
You're getting there.
Like even the ball looks over leathery.
Yeah, it's like just turn it down a bit.
Soften it up a little bit.
Yeah. And
I'd say that's probably my favorite out of all of them. I thought it was okay.
you know what it is? I can't get into it. I don't know why. It's not badly done, though. There's a lot of, look at the background. The background is bowing. It's got a lens. Oh, someone's asking the question, what does crunchy mean? Crunchy means you've just really added too much effect. You've added too much sharpness, too much clarity, too much tonal contrast. It starts to make your image look extremely crisp. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like, it's the difference between perfectly cooked bacon and overcooked bacon. It's just your shots are a little overcooked.
Like here, like if we were to take this image, not that I would want to do this to this person, but
Right.
if you were to take this image, a good example of how people go over the line is you'll talk to people about clarity, all right, and the importance of clarity for mid-tone contrast.
Right.
This much clarity is okay, probably,
Yeah.
right? But people will do this.
That's crunchy.
That's crunchy, and then they'll take it even further by going to the detail.
And I think a bunch of sharp, and it gets really, really crunchy.
And
It's
then
just a little too crunchy. On this particular photo, it didn't look terrible.
it's not bad, but it's
But it's
still
a little
on
too
the
crunchy.
edge.
You've
It's
just
still on
turned it.
the edge.
You've turned it up. You've turned up the amp a little too far. So Jim Kearns asks, "How do you know when you've done too far when you sharpen? I can't tell from the view online." So one thing is, Jim, is don't. I know that technically Adobe would tell you it's more accurate to sharpen at 100%, like to see it at 100%. But I have the hardest time evaluating sharpness at a size that it's going to be printed nothing like. I'll either evaluate my sharpening at 50%, which in Lightroom still looks pretty good, or 25%. But I try to look at the sharpness at the size that you're going to do it,
Right.
which sometimes what I'll do is I'll sharpen the big size image like in Photoshop,
Right.
and then shrink it down to what it's going to be. Let's say I'm going to do, I don't know, 800 pixels.
Right.
And then add that final bit of sharpening. Like, in other words, don't pour it all at once because then it's too late. You've
Right.
gone too far.
So-
But I mean, sharpening is, of course, it's a matter of taste. Everybody has the amount of sharpening that they like the most.
Right.
I would say if it starts to look drag it until it looks bad. I mean, drag the amount slider
And then
starts
come
to look
off of
bad,
it.
come off it a little bit and say, I went too far. And you know what it is? Most people aren't going to have you don't hear us very often talking about you didn't use enough sharpening. The problem is normally you use too much sharpening. So if you think, should I do more or less with sharpening? If you're going to have to choose being over sharpened, which everybody notices, or under sharpened, which nobody will really notice.
Right. All right, well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a couple more portfolio reviews. We've got some promotions. We've got a bunch of things we want to show you here on the grid.
Giveaways.
Giveaways.
Don't forget.
Come right back.
Giveaways.
Hey guys, this is Jeremy Cowart. We're here in South Beach. This class is all about working with limited light, short time frames, very tight locations, not a lot to work with. Shoot in very limited locations because that's what I'm usually dealt with.
I'm Eric Valen, a lifestyle portrait photographer. Photography, for me, I'm a people photographer, so I love working with the people and working in beautiful locations together. You're shooting lifestyle photography and you're looking through your camera lens and you're getting those frames, and all of a sudden the moment happens, I mean, you know it instantly. The great thing about lifestyle photography is I try to capture real moments with it, so I set the stage to let those moments happen, and as they unfold, I'm just there lucky enough to be the one pulling the trigger and getting it on film. For my upcoming class, Outdoor Lifestyle Photography, the key to capturing that moment in that location is finding what's unique about that location, what really stands out to you right away, and then compressing it. In this class, I'm going to teach you how to select those locations, how to light them for control and contrast. Everybody loves the lighting techniques, but in the end, it's all just to set the stage so that moment can happen, and we walk away with an image that goes ahead and showcases the beautiful spot we were at and captures the moment as it happened in it. Please join us for the rest of the class. You're really going to love some of the techniques I've got to share.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Grid. RC here with Mr. Scott Kelby.
Yay!
Yay! What's
Hey,
going on?
our teleprompter's broken, so we're gonna read off paper like they did back in Western days. Hey, so we have a special deal for you guys. One of our sponsors, Peach Pit Press.
Just go to peachpit.com/Kelby1. Enter in the code Kelby1, and you're going to get 40% off of this book. Copyright Workflow for Photographers, Protecting, Managing, and Sharing Your Images by
Christopher S. Reed.
That's right. So,
So-
want to take a look at a copyright workflow for photographers? This is a great place for you to do it. Go to peachpit.com, enter in the code Kelby1. That's 40% off of that
The
ebook.
ebook, yeah, the ebook. All righty.
Not bad. You want to do a couple more?
Yes, let's do a couple more.
Double click. Let's take a look here. Looks like,
If it's really small, open up in Camera Raw. Okay, you can do that too.
yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got some work to do here. These are all, they're all cell phone shots. Whether you took them with a cell phone shot or not.
Right.
They're all kind of, They're like, it's,
So what would be different? What would be a difference between, like, what could that help? Like, how can you help that?
okay, this is the best one technically, but there's nothing going on in the photo. Like, technically this one I think probably has the best lighting, right?
Right.
The lighting looks good. But she looks like she's kind of
Pained.
Like, yeah, pained. And it's just, there's nothing going on there. There's nothing that makes me really want to know anything other. Does she have an ulcer? There's just, I don't know.
Is she constipated?
Is she constipated? It's just, it's not a good look. It's not a flattering shot for her.
Right.
It's not interesting. It's just got nothing going on. It's just kind of a And that's the
You lit
best
it.
one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's the best one of them. The next one is, I mean, they're two cute little girls, and
You could have done
there's-
that with a cell phone.
Yeah, you could have easily done that with a cell phone.
Foot's missing. This is up. This is
but
down.
It's just, but there's
the
just
angle's
nothing
off.
there. I mean, this is any two cute girls, and they're very cute girls. So,
Right.
but there's nothing. There's not a special moment. They weren't interacting in any way with you or with them. It's like you said, "Okay, girls, look at me. Okay, smile. Click."
And they didn't look at you. They didn't look at the camera.
Yeah, they're just kind of. There's just. It's just. I mean, it's not. It's hard to take a bad shot at two cute little girls, but you're getting close.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Not good.
And the next one.
Again, no
What's
interaction.
going on? you got a hot spot right dead in the middle of her head, right there in the front. There's a big hot spot. She's looking down, and the brightest thing on the whole thing is below where she's looking. Look right at the very bottom edge of the screen.
This is a hard shadow.
And then it
This
gets
is a
really
bright
hard.
spot.
It's just not a very good shot. And then next, it's a guy with a grumpy looking face.
Right? You shot him with a wide lens at a really short you shot him really tight on a wide lens.
Yeah.
So this looks like it's swollen more than it does like a jawline.
But you know what it is? This isn't really so much the technical stuff as you have 5 shots that nobody cares about.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just is like, it's not a, like, we saw some interesting looking guys earlier. Mm-hmm. This just looks like an annoying guy. He just looks kind of like perturbed, and it's not.
The angry guy at the bar.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's the angry guy at the bar. What are you looking at? But it's not what are you looking at, cool Brooklyn guy. It's just what are you looking at, guy in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So can we go back through them again backwards? Nothing going on there. Nothing going on there.
And this had so much potential because they had nice outfits. They were cute
Little
girls.
Cute
They were
chairs.
just the setting is off. Like this color, this broad right here. I mean, you have to think about a lot of and
constipated. And this is probably the best one. There's a lot of headroom up there for no reason. If it was going to be the cover of a magazine, you composed it correctly so they can put their name at the top of the magazine. If it's not for the cover of a magazine, I'm looking at the bright spot. And she's not giving you anything. She's not looking at the camera. I don't know what the story is, and I don't even care. It's just, these are not terrible shots, but you know what? They're not real good shots either. I mean, they're not like sell your camera. But it's, you know what you need to do? You need to go look at the work of portrait photographers, some good portrait photographers, and go, that's what I'm looking for. So, and you know what? Can we do that, RC? Can we go to, and you don't have to have your thing on screen for this, but go ahead and look while we're talking. Go to 500px, bring up a portrait of any 2 little girls or a woman, whatever you want. There was a guy there. You can search for tough guy, mean guy. I mean, look at this. You can just look on the front page. Here we are on the front page. Can we do that? Can we go to RC's computer for a minute? This is just what's up there. Look at that little girl. See that? Beautiful lighting, interesting gesture. That's
something's
happening.
Light
Years away from the 2 little girls, you know? And then, look, and it will go up again. Look at that beautiful picture. Right. That one's pretty cute. I'm not super crazy about that, but look at that one in the corner.
Same concept, same color, same tone.
Yeah.
There's a gesture that's happening.
There's something going on there, you know. It's a beautiful, just gorgeous light. And the window, there's just, you know, there's so much going on here that, you know.
I'm going to look for people.
People.
It's always...
Oh, that was inappropriate.
And one of the problems with 500px.
One of the problems with 500px is sometimes they have inappropriate stuff. And you can turn that off.
Yeah, I'm just going to...
Yeah. RC has a special filter that says only show.
No, I do
stuff, apparently.
not. I do not. Let's go to the next one. It's okay. Please, awkward moment. Just Ninja Smoke Bomb.
Smoke Bomb. Ninja Smoke Bomb. Look.
Now we're talking interesting.
What's the Goodyear blimp doing in here? Look over there. Oh, no, that's a cool shot.
Yeah, now we're talking interesting.
There you go.
Now we're talking interesting.
Next. Oh, that's okay, too.
Yeah. Havana.
That's kind of cool. I like that. There's some good stuff. You know what? I would say this person is certainly somewhat of a people photographer.
Right.
I like that shot. I like what's in there. I don't like the crop. But
It's a weird crop.
I really like the slice of lifeness of it, kind of. I like the grittiness of it.
Right. I would have preferred if
I want to see more
the
to
head, if he would have turned his head almost kind of towards the mirror.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't always get someone who's doing that to go, excuse me.
Can you turn
your head to the mirror?
head
I like
to
that
the
shot,
mirror?
though. As soon as I saw it, I liked it.
Yeah,
I like
that was
one.
interesting.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things that you could do in post-processing that would draw more attention to her because there's a whole lot of bright spots that you don't. All right, next. This one, I just like the shot. It really shows you a part of the world and something, you know, that's kind of trapped in time. It looks like it's in Cuba.
Right.
And
I like that it's going away.
Oh, yeah,
I like the nice leading line.
And I like that there's so little going on, which is, it's cool. The only thing I would do maybe in post-processing is maybe, I'm not sure if I would, is take down the left side buildings a bit in brightness.
These?
Yeah, just because I think a lot of what you're seeing here is the car and the people in the street.
And this bright spot takes away from it right here.
Well, yeah, that especially kind of leads
Just
you
that
over
general
there.
area.
It's like, you know what it is? Here's what it is. Can you blow that up big again?
Okay.
What story are you trying to tell here? What is the story and where's the story?
Oh, not there. There.
I would say the story in this shot is that car and the people in the street and them living their lives and what's going on there. And I think that's all really interesting. That wall is a side player. It's not really part of the scene. In fact, what I would say is much more important to the scene than that is everything that's happening beyond the car.
Right.
Like that area beyond the car is very interesting and where it's going. And I kind of want to follow that car down the street.
Right.
What's happening on the left side is a sideshow. It's a bit player. And so can you, RC, if you could be so kind as to go to the develop module, get the adjustment brush of love. Double click on the word effects to zero out all of the settings. Then darken the exposure and darken that wall quite a bit over on that side. And by quite a bit, yeah, more than that. There you go. And just darken all that down. And go ahead and hit that whole wall all the way to the next building. There you go. All that in there. All the way to the top. Like you never stop. 2 stomps this time. 2 stomps this time. Charlie Brown. Hey, turn it out. All right. Now I'm starting to love this picture.
All right, because now the center
Now
focus
I'm starting to
is
love it.
the car.
So, but this is a good shot. It's, you know what it is? Here's what it is with post-processing. If you took a bad shot, post-processing will not save you. It's not going to turn a bad shot into a good shot, but it will turn a good shot, one that's already well composed, into
Which
a great
this is.
shot. And which this is. So what RC just did was just basically put the light focus on where you want it. I wanted the light is now lighting the car. It's drawing me there and it's taking me right down the street. This building has a classic leading lines composition. I mean, this picture has the classic leading lines of a building leading you down the street, but I'm stopping at the speed bump of that too bright side. Mm-hmm. So take it off now. Just hit delete and get rid of that whole thing that you painted in there.
So let's see. Yep, before, after.
Yeah. It makes it a much more dramatic, interesting picture. But
Obviously, you would do it a little bit
you
better
started
than I
with a
just
good-
did there.
Yeah, you started with a good one. Hey, we're like spending too much time on this. This one is just kind of a, you know what it is? I don't like the crop again. I want to see a little bit more of the picture. Kind of like him. I wish he was looking. And that next picture is just.
I think that's like a 4x5, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a 4x5 crop? Yeah, it's a 4x5.
I'm not.
Which I'm like, I think 4x5s are very tricky in terms of composition for faces.
Yeah,
in my
especially
opinion.
that close.
So-
Now the next one is strictly like sun setting, some buildings in the background. It's
Okay.
just like, how hard is it to get that shot? Not too much. How often do we see shots like that? All the time.
All the time.
But you know what's cool? How often is the shots do we see like that one in Havana?
Yeah, see,
Not very
this
often.
and
How often
this.
do you see that boxer?
Yeah.
Right?
Not all that often.
Well, that's a good shot.
These all look like they were in Havana. I would only show this one.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, that and the boxer, possibly.
Yeah, the boxer. But anyway, pretty good job overall.
Good.
We better hit a couple more real quick. Let's go.
This will be easy. Love. I like that.
Yeah, well, that's very nicely pulled off all the way around. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Good job. Good post-processing, good lighting, good fashion sense. The one that I'm least crazy about is the second one. And I love the juxtaposition of sticking someone in this long, beautiful, red, crazy dress and putting them in a scene that's. But number one, you have a horizon line issue, and I know that you had to make a choice. Your choice was: do I make the beach straight or do I make the horizon line straight? I think you would have had to go to the horizon line because all I see in that thing is craziness.
So you think that they should have made this mountain straight?
Yeah, but I think if you make that mountain straight, then it makes her crooked. You got a tough.
Yeah, she is leaning a little bit.
Whoa, I'm rolling downstream. I don't know. That's kind of a mess. But you know what it is? I think there's a bigger problem. I think you started with the wrong background. I think the photograph of her is very good. I think the outfit's good. I think the styling's good. I think the makeup's good. I think the background's
Your
very
environment
bad.
doesn't help.
Bad environment. But overall, for this, can we see that bigger?
And this?
The next one.
I can try.
That one.
I think this is a little too hot.
Yeah,
It could come down just a
It's pretty
tiny
good.
bit.
And the reds are bluing a little.
But
it's
other than
picky.
that-
That's kind of a cool shot.
This is a
one
little blown
I
out.
really like the lighting. I like the stuff in the background. That's a little blown out. Yeah, I could nitpick it, but it's still a good shot. This
Oh,
is a
great
good
shot.
photographer.
No doubt.
This is a very good
Here,
photographer.
let's see if we can pull it. No, can't really pull it. But
I mean, it helped a little.
yeah, I like the shot a lot.
Yeah.
I like the shot.
And I like the tone of it, the cold tone of it. And I like
This posing
one.
is a little awkward.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know why I'm having anti-weird crop day, but yeah,
The posing is off.
I don't know. I'm okay with this one. I like it. I don't have too much to say other than, hey, nice job. Keep doing what you're doing. I think they're really on the right track. Whoever this
Right.
is.
Just
I
pick
think.
better outdoor scenes.
Well, yeah, just that one. Just that one. I think really.
Okay.
It's too bad too. Maybe
Because that was a good.
That's a good start.
Everything else but the background was
All right.
actually pretty good.
We're gonna
there.
take a break, as Brad says, so RC can find more naked people to show on
What's
screen.
it with the naked people
and,
on the screen?
we're gonna take a short break. We come back. We're gonna look at some more and stuff like that.
So stick around.
Yeah.
I know I won't make it, don't know what to do. They say that love is easy, but they must have forgot you. Keep holding on to the everlasting way.
Create a better website at squarespace.com. Start your free trial today.
All right. Hey, we're back. Hey, just want to mention that February is Fashion Month. Whoa! At kelby1.com. So we have a deal right now. If you, it's $199 for a full 1-year membership. That gives you access to everything, every class, over 500 full-length classes, thousands of lessons from everybody that you could ever think of. Tons of stuff on fashion. There it is. And if you sign up now, we have a bonus gift. You get a print copy of Frank Doerhoff's
Mastering the model shoot.
Mastering the Model Shoot.
Yep.
So, and we got a bunch of cool classes from people like Lindsay Adler and Joel Grimes and people like that. So check out that stuff over at Kelby One. You should be a Kelby One member just because it's awesome.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, tons of
Photography.
stuff.
It's just
And if you're into
amazing.
Lightroom, came out with 4 Lightroom classes 2 weeks ago, and last week they released another Lightroom class. My Lightroom class is on tethering, troubleshooting tethering, and working with Lightroom Mobile.
Perfect.
So
Awesome,
not
awesome.
only did we just mention do a Lightroom show today, but we've been doing a ton of Lightroom classes.
Yeah, you guys got to go take a look at Kelby One. Take a look at it.
Yeah, we would love to have you
now,
take a look.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention. If you
Oh,
guys.
Lindsay Adler's got a new class too.
Lindsay Adler's got a new class, and we also, well, actually, you know what? Before we even
You're
do
full
that,
of also.
I know. Let me just take a look at it right now because I did want to see the promotion. Let's see.
Make
Over
sure you
here.
spell promotion correctly.
I can spell
I
promotion.
just want to make sure you spell the whole word. Don't write
Shooting
in promo.
fashion on a budget.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. So make sure that you take a look at that. Absolutely important. That I wanted to mention that. I also wanted to mention WPPI. We're going to be at WPPI, the WPPI conference.
Yeah, that's
So-
the Wedding and Portrait Photographers International Conference in Las Vegas.
Right. So it's February 26th through March 5th.
But
Actually, the expo's there.
we're kind of doing the expo. The expo is the 2nd through 4th, right?
That's right. Expos is the 2nd through 4th.
So
and we've got a
we
bunch
have
of
a
people
theater.
going.
We have a theater there. We have a Kelby One theater on the show floor. come by and see the people that you watch online, see them in person at WPPI.
At the expo.
So hope to see you there.
That'll be good. Oh, here. This is going to be more your speed. I'm going to be
All
quiet
right, here we go. Let's see what we got.
Whoosh.
Wish. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okie doke. Alrighty. Okay. I know what you need. You know what you need? You need to be using a different f-stop. So you need to be using something like f2.8, maybe f4, and zoom in a bit tighter. Here's why. You do have this cool shot with the rider kicking up dirt, which is great. But you also have some people sitting in the background and stuff. Can we zoom in, RC? It's going to be tough to get rid of them, though honestly, I would have got rid of them in post. Unless you're shooting for a magazine, they'd have been gone in 2 seconds.
Look,
But-
Marge, someone's coming over with rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, how romantic.
So go to the left now. Scroll over to the left, and now all these people, why is this stuff in the shot?
Hi.
That background stuff is killing you. Number one, it should be so out of focus there that you don't even see those trees and stuff. If you're shooting at a very shallow, and you know what, it looks like you're shooting in pretty decent light. Yeah, all that junk in the background that's killing this really cool shot is killing this really cool shot.
I think we're also shooting from the wrong side.
Yeah, it would be better if you could shoot. Well, because you know what? You're still going to get that stuff kicking up even in the. You need to be on the other side of the rider with a lens that's f2.8 or f4, and you need to be zoomed way in.
It looks like the wrong side.
Yeah, it looks like the wrong side. Same thing here. Look how much of the background and stuff I'm seeing. And I would pick one rider or the other. I mean, this isn't a bad shot, but it's not a really good shot.
From a
either.
timing, I think you missed both of them. Like this guy's coming
Yeah,
down, this
and
guy's
this
already
guy
down.
Yeah, it's neither one of them is good. Now this one is really odd compared to what you're going to see next. So I would say the problem here is, and I've done this myself, so I totally hear you. The wheels aren't spinning, and so ideally, and you know in real life his wheels are spinning. So you need to have done some kind of slower shutter speed thing like you did in the next one. Because look, they're spinning wheels and it looks good, right? You got the
Right.
background blur and stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's something weird going on there where it looks like part of the fence is going through the bike.
Yeah.
It looks like half of it is behind it and then another, I don't know how that's,
That's weird.
I don't
Unless
know.
it was flapping when it was doing that.
I can't quite explain it, but at least this one, you use to show slow shutter speed, and I have a sense of movement in the background. The wheels are spinning. You can get away with the wheels not spinning if it's coming straight towards you.
Right.
Right? All right, and next is,
He stopped.
there ain't nothing good there. Guy stopped on the track. And you're going, no, he wasn't stopped. He is to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
that
close.
one, so close. But you know what? And number one is I'm seeing all kinds of crap I don't need to see. Can we crop that, RC?
What would you like to crop?
Let's get rid of the back end of it first. Get rid of a little of the front end. You're gonna have to do a free crop. Dun dun dun, free crop. There you go. And bring in on the other side a little bit too.
I always turn lights off when I crop.
Yep. That's too far. It's getting square. That's good enough there. That's a much stronger shot of a guy parked on a track. And you know what? If you were using the right lens and the right shutter speed, it would look a whole lot better.
But is it the wheels? I mean, is the wheels
There's so much wrong with this particular one. Unfortunately, the wheels aren't spinning. You don't have the background out of focus, and your crop was really bad. So now you've got a much better crop. So RC is going to give you some radial blur.
Do we want to do radial blur?
But you want to make a selection of the wheels
but
first.
It's I want.
You want that new blur?
Yeah, the new blur.
The new blur.
Spin
There's
blur.
a new blur in town.
Little bit of spin blur
That helps.
in here.
But you're going to have to, then once it's there, you're going to have to tweak it a little. Just another new blur in town.
Go grab this. Bring it up a little bit. It's out of here.
It's funny that they added a blur that is basically for wheels, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, huh.
And if you're thinking, I never knew that was in Photoshop, there's two reasons. Number one, either you don't have CC. Number two, you do have CC, but you never watched our class on it.
So now inside of here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mask that, then use a brush, color of white, come in here, and then just...
Yeah, let me tell you, that looks a whole lot better. Get the back wheel, bro. That's like doing one eyebrow. Come on.
Oh, go on.
If you're going to do it, let's go all the way.
All right,
let's
I got to do
go
this.
all the way.
Here we go.
Let's go.
So we're going to go here, blur
Where's
gallery,
Pete?
spin blur.
Why isn't Pete here? Yeah, Pete Collins is usually on the set, and he's like, yeah, it's just kind of decided.
You're missing your savant jukebox.
Well, yeah, because he sings with me. Dude, did
Buddy.
you take it off the front? No,
No, I
put
didn't.
them
I
both
just-
in the, okay.
Because it's not going to,
This
it wouldn't
one's
be
gonna
on,
be trickier.
it wouldn't be on everything, right? So I'm putting it on a duplicate layer, then I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to come over here with a brush, and you would only really see it here.
Yeah, down there. Then, now you got the background issue. You're going to have to put motion blur on the background.
Right.
That's certainly somewhat better.
But it's getting closer.
Right, it's getting closer. But the three things that are wrong here are, and you know what the other thing is? At the end of the day, let's say that you have a nice blurry background, the wheels were spinning, and you had the crop right.
Right.
I talk about this on my brand new tour that I did the demo, the preview of this week. It's not, you've gotten, at that point you have the technical down, but you don't have what makes a good photo. So those are the technical things that were wrong with your photo. Wheels weren't spinning, you didn't have the right lens, you didn't have the right aperture, and you didn't crop it right. But if you got all four of those right, at the end of the day, it's a boring shot. It's just a guy riding down the track. There's nothing about it that makes you go, ooh. Now, if it's your kid, you're seeing something in it that RC and I aren't seeing. You're going, oh, that's my boy out there. We're like, yeah, that's your boy.
Right.
And we're like, we look at it and we're like, So what I would do is go, I hate to plug our stuff because I already mentioned it, but go watch Dave Black's class on shooting motocross.
Right.
Now, Dave shows you some stuff with flash and stuff for doing portraits and all that kind of stuff. But Dave gets some really, really exciting shots. And go look at there's a lot of motocross people that you can look at, but you need two parts of this. The technical is not enough. Get the technical and then start figuring out, I got to get a shot where someone's doing something interesting, right. Doing a wheelie, jumping over something cool, has a cool gesture. It's all kind of like one kind of has a technical shot, but then there's nothing.
The other thing that I would say for this is you look like
that's the best one, and it's not good.
They look like they have an affinity for doing it. They look like they certainly have access because they're close enough to be able to do it.
Yeah, they're close.
So go back to the people that are doing this and be like, listen, I need to be able to make some shots. I need to make 2 shots. And I would position myself right where these people are.
Yeah.
And have that guy do that pass
Can you just blur
over and
the
over.
crud out of that background? Can you get the adjustment brush and set the thing to like clarity to minus 100 and sharpness to minus 100 and just paint over that. Turn off auto masking so it doesn't take all day. And just real quickly, just blur the heck out. You're not going to be able to blur it nearly what it needs. You'd have to take that to Photoshop and put a Gaussian blur on it. Can you hit Command E and just take it over to Photoshop?
Let me get rid of
Sorry, we got to do this. We can't let this go because you know what? You're not bad at this. I think RC's right.
I was just going to tell him that what you need to do is you need to go back, find one writer, find one thing, and in there, turn around and say, listen, I need you to go around this bend 10 times.
Yeah, and I'll buy you a big Coke.
All right.
All right, blur, blur, blur. There you go. Now.
And then
Reverse
mask,
it. Yeah.
brush.
This way, I don't see any of those people. I don't see, what I want to see is a super sharp writer and all that.
That's going to be rough, though.
That's a rough looking, it's not you, RC.
It
It's
is me.
No, it's you. No, it's not you. It is just that background is.
And even if it is, you're going to have butt.
But
You're gonna
that's
have button
better
number.
now. That's better now. But if you had done it right in camera, it would look tremendously good. But it needs to be a lot closer.
Right.
There's all kinds. Can we go back to that real quick? Hit the crop tool. There's all kinds of junk in there. There's got no business being in this shot. So hit the left. Get rid of the left side of this shot. Now, here you can't go too close because then you cut off where the rider's going, and most people don't see. That's better. You're getting warmer, but I still see just people sitting in the background. And you know, when I look at this photo, I see rocks, and then the next thing I see is those people.
Yeah. Can't be saved.
Yeah.
Let her go.
But
Let
you know
her
what
go.
I would say to you? A lot of people, you go, good luck. I would say to you, you need to be back out of the track this weekend.
I would be looking for this one, and I would have the guy. I
right.
would take the strings off
All
and
right.
have him do this over and over again until you get it.
All right, move on.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay.
Dog.
Okay. Yeah. Dog.
Dog with a good background. I call this dog with a good background. I call this dog without a good background.
iPhone shot.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cute.
There you go.
Background's out of focus. Dog's doing something interesting. The lighting's kind of interesting.
Right.
That's a cool shot.
You have your cat on your
Cat
lap.
in your lap.
That's it. It's just they're snapshots.
Yeah, they're snapshots.
They're snapshots. You're
And
trying to make the dog
the
look.
next one is good. That's a cute shot. And you know what? We see a lot of dog shots.
That's interesting.
That's an interesting one. That's cute. The hair up in the air. The dog looks happy.
Now the cat's on your lap.
This is a shot of your cat on your lap.
Congratulations.
Next.
Your cat's on your lap. Good
Sorry.
job.
Thanks for playing.
Sorry. Okay.
That's nice. Long exposure. Clean shot. I would love to see it as a black and white. Hit the letter V. There's a black. Ooh.
It looks better as a black and white, but
Looks much better as a black and white. But still, I like the shot.
yeah, nice symmetry. Looks
Next.
great.
It's kind of interesting. It's not
The underside of a flower.
the
Okay.
underside of a flower.
Eh.
That's a much more interesting than the previous one.
But this doesn't do anything for it. You were looking for the green that happens under here.
Yeah.
This isn't doing anything for it.
Yeah.
Like if you took that same picture and brought it in around there, I don't think that the green that sits on that corner is
Yeah,
doing
it's not
anything
helping.
for it.
Right.
So
I agree.
so
It's not terrible though.
flowers.
Yeah, flowers.
And
Ugly
the background.
Ugly background.
Darken the background, get closer on the flowers.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know what's so weird? Can I tell you what's so weird?
what's that?
That this photographer started off so strong with such a well-composed, simple, nicely, the technicals there, the symmetry's there, it leads your eye. There's so many good things, especially in black and white. Can you hit the V again? All right.
Yeah.
Again, in
Good.
black and white, that looks tremendously better. And then, can I tell you how I feel about flower shots? Flowers are generally beautiful in nature. If you're going to take a flower shot, it needs to be a really stunning flower. It needs to be absolutely beautiful. We see flowers all the time. We get flowers, we send flowers. That's just kind of like, that doesn't make me go, ooh, that's a flower.
It's the underside of a flower.
That's
yeah.
the other stuff. Next one is,
It's a flower.
that's the only thing that is making this the tiniest bit interesting is the water. But the only thing I would say is it's like it's too much water on it. Mm-hmm. Like if you sprayed it with a spray bottle, which I'm totally cool with, it's a very symmetrical pattern of water, and it's just kind of eh. And the next one is just it's just ugly. It's kind of a pretty flower on a horrendous background. And you know what it is? Go look at some really, really fabulous flower photographers. Go to 500px, turn on the adult filter and ask for pictures of flowers, and look at some of the fabulous and then go back and look at yours, and you'll go, oh, okay. I think what it is you don't have a goal.
For the
You don't-
record,
you don't know what you're shooting for.
You want to turn off the adult filter. I think
Is
it's
that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's off.
Okay.
I think it's off. But that's just me.
You'll find out quick enough, trust me. So anyway,
Other than that, it's like, it's okay.
yeah,
All right.
it's like, but you know what? It's you are obviously capable of taking a great photo.
you
And
do better
this-
with places than you do with
flowers. Yeah, dump the flower stuff or go get good at the flower stuff.
Right.
Either dump it all together or go get good at it. But there's some stuff there. Here we go.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
There's posing, but there's not a lot of gesture. You know what it looks like? And this is going to sound horrible. It looks like a lot of model mayhem posing. It just has that kind of, close your eyes and pretend you're somewhere other than at this lighting workshop. She's like, oh, okay. This is way too dark down here. So you hit her with something with a grid, and the fall off right here is really, really good. You have almost no separation that sits inside of the back. If this is interesting, you probably should have lit it. If it's not interesting, then you probably should have cropped it. The dress looks really weird. On this side, she looks disaffected, smoking. She's looking in this direction, but there isn't anything really there. She's on a set. So what is it? This looks like model mayhem. It's like, okay, whatever. On this side, this is probably the only picture that I actually like, because this has at least, she looks a little weird. Like, I would take that same crop and inside of here, I don't know, maybe go like 16 by 9, bring it in a little tighter, like somewhere around here. But even then, I think that there's...
Yeah, all the interesting stuff has happened up there, but where the
But the background's blown out
yeah.
relative to where she is. She's an interesting person, but again, she's not really doing much of anything. She's just, they're just there. They're just standing there.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's standing there.
This is probably the best one because it's almost like catalog-y, lifestyle-y.
Right.
But there's something awkward about it, and I can't put my finger on it.
She had a stroke on her arm. That's what it is. She's like this, literally. This is what's happening. So put your hand on your hip. Do something with this arm.
You're not saying she really has a stroke.
No, I'm not saying she has a stroke. I'm just saying.
I felt bad. I was like, oh,
is it a prosthetic arm? Is it a?
Yeah, I know. It's not quite
It's
there.
the arm. It's the arm.
You know what
is
it
very
is?
awkward.
I'm going to say the same thing to you that I said to the flower person. You need to go look at somebody who's really great at doing these kind of portraits. Go look at their stuff and go, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be aiming for.
You need posing.
But you know what else too? Some of the, like, this is a good subject, I think. Can we recrop this photo, RC, and go wide with it? Hit X. And go in. I think you go in way tighter. Like, yeah, there you go. Up there. Tighter. Like there.
Too centered.
That's not exactly. I don't know what to do, but just hit that and make it big. This is already a tremendously better picture.
As opposed to, yeah.
Yeah. This one, there's an interesting wardrobe. You've got nice contrast. The background's soft. Her hair's got some motion. This one's got a chance.
As opposed to.
Number one, you don't want to cut anybody off at the knees.
Right.
When you talk about where are the worst places to crop someone, it's right around the knees and right around the elbows and right around the wrists. Those are all the like never crop here places. That's not bad. It's not a bad crop at all. See, there's a good shot in there. But see, that's not a bad shot, and their subject looks good in that shot. Not all of your subject looks good in that, but that part of your subject from there up actually looks pretty good. The makeup looks pretty good. The outfit looks pretty good.
She has gesture towards the camera.
Yeah, she
which
has
is pretty
gesture towards the camera. It's not a tremendous expression, but
it's this.
Yeah,
right
all that
here.
in there is just not happening. And what's the next shot?
I think it's weird.
This is-
I always have a hard time with anybody pulling on anything, because I always feel like from a gesture standpoint, I feel like what you're saying is, what do you want me to do? You want to pull this thing up or you want to pull this thing down? And we have a meetup group, and I'll go out with them on shooting, and I'll see people doing that, and I'm like, are you trying to flash somebody? Are you trying to prevent yourself from flashing somebody? It's like, I really don't want to pull my shirt up.
Also,
It just,
too close to the background.
no separation.
Not a good gesture. You know what? There's a couple of things you need to work on. Number one is certainly posing. Number two is the quality of your subject. Make sure that you've got the good. I think your best subject was the one previous.
Yes.
And she could make a really good headshot. I think you could get a really nice headshot. And in fact, you actually have a really good headshot.
These girls look like buddies or Model Mayhem girls.
Yeah.
So
You know what, though? Can I tell you something? Your problems aren't you're technically a bad photographer. You don't know what settings to use. You notice we said nothing about that stuff.
No.
We didn't say anything about you're not using the right f-stop, you don't have the right light, you don't have the right lens, the lens isn't going for the light. It's the other stuff, and that's why you need to look at some of these other photographers that are doing that and get an idea, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be aiming for, because your problem isn't, we've seen some people who had technical problems.
Yes.
Your problems aren't technical. Your problems are the bigger picture of making a portrait.
I'd be curious to find out whether or not he's paying for his models.
You mean like he's just doing,
Because this, it sounds weird. Like, this looks like a buddy. This looks like a buddy. This looks like a buddy. This looks like a model.
that looks like a model when you crop it right.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
That looks like a buddy.
Yeah.
They look like
My
buddies.
friend's sister would like to try.
And there's a very big difference. You'll see that
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a difference between the two.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look.
Can you do one more?
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay.
If we do them quickly, we can do 2 or 3 more.
Okay. Okay, let's just look at all of them. Okay.
So what I do, while I'm not too crazy about that shot, what I do like about it is at least I can see what this photographer's style is. Like I can kind of see their style. Like everyone's maybe a little, underlit here, but, it's like Cliff Mountain would say. The bride probably really liked this shot,
Right.
But is it a great wedding shot? Not really. But did the bride like it? Yeah, probably.
Right.
This is, I kind of like the lighting, and it's just, it's kind of nice. She's growing in a field.
I think she's too dead center, but
She is a little dead center. This
and my eyes going straight to here.
Yeah, I know. That's
Probably
all.
mirror it off of this.
But it's not a bad. You don't look at it and go, "That's a bad shot." This I kind of like. You know what's weird is the position of the violin.
It's very awkwardly down.
Yeah, it's like.
Two down. Where would
Yeah.
that hand have
but,
to be?
But I kind of still like this shot. It technically, I think it's all right.
I wish I would have seen more of the face.
Yeah, but that's nitpicking. I'm looking at the overall.
I love
impact.
this shot.
Yeah, that's cute.
I love this shot.
The only thing I don't like about it is there's some junk in the front. Right?
Where?
Like right, go over right there.
Here?
Right there, up higher. See how it kind of is just blurring and everything?
Yeah.
It's like, I wish that wasn't there, but I like her gesture and all that stuff. All right. Hey, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to go through just a couple more, and then we're going to have to wrap it up because we're already over time. But we have some giveaways we're going to talk about when we get back. We're going to be giving away some books and stuff. So stick around. We'll be right back with more stuff of stuff.
Thank you.
We all know the difference a great teacher makes. They inspire you, challenge you, and push you to do the things you never thought you could. For creatives, that means you've got to know your tools inside and out, whether it's Photoshop or photography, lighting or Lightroom, InDesign or After Effects. And while there are free videos out there, you have to watch 30 bad ones just to find a decent one. And a lot of times, the techniques are either outdated, complicated, or just plain wrong. What we need is a better way to learn. One that connects amazing teachers with creative people all over the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A thriving educational community with nothing but the most talented, engaging, and respected teachers in the industry. Then we simplify the whole learning process with short, clear, concise classes. That's exactly what we've created for you right here at Kelby One.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Grid RC here with Mr. Scott Kelby. Peace. What's up? Anyway, do want to mention those tour dates now that we have them going. We're over at the Kelby One Live website, kelby1.com/live. Scott, you're going to be going to Sacramento.
Sacramento.
So the Shoot
It's
Like a
the
Live-
last stop on my tour. This is like
Is
the
it really?
end of my Shoot Like a Pro tour. I'm launching a brand new tour that starts in Salt Lake City and then LA called Shoot Like a Pro Tour Reloaded. All new content, all new stuff. It's the next level.
Nice. So Sacramento is going to be in March
Sacramento,
9th.
March 9th, and that's it.
Joel
It's over
Grimes?
with. Joel Grimes, a brand new tour from Joel, and he is just spectacular. Just an amazing photographer.
Creative Revolution.
The Creative Revolution.
He's booked.
He's all over. He's in Indy. He's in DC. He's in San Antone. So
Atlanta, Minneapolis, Houston, Arlington, New York. You're going to be able to see him wherever you want. Make sure that you take a look at that.
So I don't have the new tour dates for you, but my new tour starts in April. Joel's is starting now, 2 weeks from now.
Nice.
Go watch the video preview. Go to Kelby One Live and watch the video
All right,
preview.
take a look at what we have here. This is going to be a great way for you to get up and running with the tour.
Giveaways.
Now, what are we going to give away? Well, first, let me tell you where to go. What I want you to do is I want you to go to
Here's where to
kelby1.com.
go.
kelby1.com/contest. Right? From there, you want to put in the show that you're watching. In this case, it's the grid. You want to put in your name, you want to put in your email, your website, and your comments. Let us know. Tell us something. Tell us which book you want to be able to
Tell
read.
us anything.
The first thing you're going to get is GoPro, Professional Guide to Filmmaking by Bradford Schmidt and Brandon Thompson. So, great book if you are a user of GoPro cameras and want to take them to the next level. That's going to be a good spot. You're also going to win a copy of the HDR book.
And that is the HDR book. If you're into HDR, ever want to get into HDR, this is the best book ever written on the topic, period. The HDR
Thank you, sir.
book. Now, we're also going to give away a copy of we don't have a copy here, I don't know why, but our good friend Glenn Dewis has a brand new book.
That's right,
The
the
Photoshop
Photoshop Workbook.
And it's spectacular. We're going to give away a copy of that, and we're going to give a full year to Kelby One.
Ooh.
They get everything. They get the
Wow.
magazine, they get the website, they get tech support, they get all the stuff, everything, bang, bang, bang.
Nice. Just do that right in the contact
Now,
section.
here's what you have to do. When in the comments section, tell us which thing you want to win. And we're also going to give away a ticket to my Sacramento, 2 tickets to my Sacramento. So if you'd like to come out to my Sacramento thing, put that in there, you might win. And then we're going to give away Joel's, what's his first city?
The Creative Revolution. Let me see. Let me take a look.
And we're going to give 2 tickets to his first city.
Vamos
which is we just had
a
it.
la Creative Revolution. ¿Dónde está? I'll find you the city.
We'll find the city, but you have to write that in there. I want to go to Joel's tool. You have to tell us which thing you want to win. We got a couple more. Hey, I did want to finish up with RC as soon as we find Joel's tour date here. I want RC to look back at the last image. We didn't really wrap that up the way I would like to, so we'll just take 2
Indianapolis.
seconds. Indianapolis. You want to go to Indy? I love Indianapolis. One of my favorite cities.
Make sure you take a look at that.
Just let us know. I want to see Joel in Indy.
Watermelon
Right.
shot.
Back to your shot.
Okay. You know, I like this shot. And
I like this shot.
You were saying that there was a lot of busyness to it. To me, it felt like a movie scene. And I was just like, immediately, whenever I think of that kind of stuff, I always think of cropping in 16:9. So I
Right.
switched over. I went to 16:9. I got rid of a lot of this because I thought it was uneven, right? Because of the bright spot, dark spot.
Right.
I figured if it were a little bit more even.
Yeah, that's a very. And do you know what it is? The gesture's cute. The way she has her legs crossed this is such a cute shot. If you shot this for someone's parents, they would. I mean, yeah, it's
They're gonna flip.
They
Yeah.
would flip. They'd lose their mind. So, this photographer, not bad. They got some good stuff there, and it's kind of hard to judge the wedding.
Old man at the lake.
Group, yeah.
Or kid at the lake.
Kid at the lake. Skip the kid at the lake stuff. Go back to the people. You're
This
good,
is it.
You're good with people.
So,
All righty.
let's take a look.
Skip the kid at the lake.
Oh, this is you. All you. I'm quiet here. 1.
Oh, that's kind of
what happened?
nice.
Oh.
Small.
2. 3. Yeah.
It's interesting. So the first shot is the same critique that I gave the other guy. You don't have the right lens on there. It's just not much happening here. The background's not out of focus. What do I see? A bunch of people.
Right.
It's just kind of eh. So this one is beautiful. This is gorgeous. I don't know what the story is, but I love that shot. I think that's a really interesting. I love the use of the negative black space. I think it's just a cool shot. This one's okay. You don't have to worry about shutter speed because they're coming at you. Kind of like that you see the S curve and stuff. Could maybe crop it a little tighter, but that's not a bad shot. This one I like. I like the way so that you can see the cars a little bit off the track. They're kicking up dirt. You get a sense of motion. There's a little bit of wheel spin. There's some motion in the background, and the light is nice. At the time of day you took this, that's the winning shot right there. And the next one is technically good. It's cropped a little too close to the back and a little too close to the front. So I would give a little more breathing room to the car in the front. But your winning shot is the one before. But you know what? You're getting it done. You just, keep at it. You're getting it done.
Yeah, this just needs more races.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing.
You're further ahead than the motocross guy by a long shot. So you're in the race there.
Good. Let's take a look here.
But beware, because the motocross guy could leapfrog you in one race.
Right.
With some technical stuff.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. It's Marriott. That's nice. These are kind of like commercial shots like Marriott might use. I don't know what that is.
It looks like clouds from a plane.
That's kind of pretty and interesting. You know what makes that shot? The moon, or whatever that thing is in the sky, alien craft.
Somebody hanging out over the mountains.
Hanging out in the mountains. Not really pretty mountains. Not really interesting sky. At a bad time of day.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that the moon is a little too small for me for that, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have a,
because it looks like, is that a sensor? Oh no, that's the moon. I see what they're trying to do.
I like that one though. All right. I think it's just pretty for color. This is nothing.
It's just clouds, soft clouds.
Yeah, out the airplane window. This looks like, you know what I like about this? It's a very commercial looking shot. I don't know if it was used for commercial purposes, but it looks this looks like a shot you would see on the Marriott's website. And I think you're at the Marriott.
You think you're there.
And that's a nice shot of the Marriott. I don't know how, unless you're Marriott, I don't know how much call there is for that shot.
Right. I don't like that there's a lot of orange here and then all of this is blue.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is you're getting here? Think about this shot. So when you show this to somebody that's not the Marriott, what do they think? That's a nice shot of the Marriott. I think what you're trying to show here is I took a technically nice shot at night, but your subject's the Marriott. Nothing against Marriott, but really, who cares?
Right.
Now, if it was a stunning building, if this is the Marriott in Dubai and it was just wild or something, this is a standard looking Marriott, some boats in the background at sunset. It's all right. Looks like a shot from the Radisson. So, I don't know. It's just like, if you're shooting this for Marriott, they would probably like it. If you're not, it's a nothing shot.
It is a little overprocessed though. But
yeah, it's a little overprocessed, but it's,
just me.
it doesn't kill me.
Oh, this is awesome. I've heard about this artist. This is Horsebutt.
Horsebutt.
Yeah.
Horsebutt.
Horsebutt. That's great. Just.
That smells like horsebutt.
Smells.
Next.
You know that smell.
Horseface.
Not to be confused
with
with
trailers. That's nice.
Is this though?
Well, that doesn't bother me. That's just kind of like.
Okay.
That doesn't bother me. That bothers me.
A lot.
A lot.
This bothers me greatly.
Bad. That's a bad shot. Bad.
This is
Somewhere like
iPhone
that.
picture. iPhone picture of the dogs. You
And
know
the dog's at the edge of the frame, like there. It's
like
really.
you cropped off the dogs.
All right.
You don't know what you're looking
here's
at.
the thing
They're
is,
looking at this.
Wait, you are capable of making a good shot because you have one in there. Go back to. That's a nice shot. Now, I'm not going to say this shot has been done to absolute death.
Right.
This is your equivalent of the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
So it's been done to death. The horse, and the.
But it's
at
yours
least
and
it's
it
a
looks
nice,
good.
That's a nice shot. That's a shot to be proud of.
This?
Bad. Bad shot.
Yeah.
This one's the worst. This one, the other one's horse butts. So it's hard to go, what could you do to make a shot that's worse than horse butts? You managed to do it. Look at those trailers in the background.
Yeah. Like you could have at least blurred it so that it's just
if
the
you
face.
blurted out that and you just saw that, it would be almost kind of funny. It would almost be, because it's almost kind of a comical look at the horse, right?
Well, unless the horse is angry.
All right.
I don't.
All righty. Brad's getting real snarky in the comments. We're going to have to wrap this up. Brad's obviously got something to do.
Brad,
So-
what's going on over there? It's just
I'll say this: the people in the chat were getting pretty ornery when you were spending so much time on the motorcycles.
oh.
The guy in the motorcycle needed the most work of anybody today, except for the flower person.
And that's what happens with that. And
I have
think,
some feedback to share with you after the show from our viewers. I'll
Nice.
just say that. Continue.
Thank you, Brad. All right.
Yeah, I would say that, like looking back at all of these pictures, I would say that the motorcycle guy is probably the guy that like needed the most.
Well, but you know
help.
what it is? Here's the difference. The motorcycle guy, you can feel he's close. He's just got some technical stuff. You feel like, you know what? This guy got some of the technical stuff. In
He'd
other
be all
words,
right, yeah.
He might be all right. Because I think the motorcycle guy's got a little something there. And that's
Right.
probably why we invested a little more time in than usual.
Right.
And some of these are way further along, like the motorsports guy. Can we hit the last one, very last one?
Yeah, let's hit the very
And this
last
is the last one for the day. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have mastered the disaffected person. All of these people look like there's nothing to them. They're like, whatever.
This is probably the most interesting.
It's only interesting because of the tattoos, look at her face.
But she's like, yeah, what, you looking at my tattoos?
Yeah.
What are you
all,
looking at?
all of the expressions, this one you just need to get expressions out of your people. You're getting nothing out of them. She's just looking off to the side. There's nothing there.
She looks like she's looking at the person who's taking a picture. And you just snuck a picture of her.
Yeah, she's actually posing for somebody else and you walked up. Next.
Same thing here.
Bored, disaffected. Now these are all, I think you would have to say that these are all pictures of tattoos. Right? Is every one of them a tattoo? Nope.
She's too far off looking this way.
Yeah, bored, disaffected.
That's it.
You know what? If you're trying to get boring, disaffected looking photos, you
Congratulations.
nailed it.
But she's looking at the camera at least.
Yeah, but
she's at least like.
But there's nothing there. It's just a very bored, disaffected.
You don't think she's giving you like a, you looking at me?
She may be, but
it's not working.
It's not working. So
she's definitely not. She's not even looking at you.
Yeah,
She's not even with you.
It doesn't even look like she's posing for you at all. Like it's literally there's another photographer. Maybe you were on a what do you call it
like a
photo group, and somebody else is shooting her, and you said I'll go to this other side and shoot her.
No.
Fingers
Same thing
cut
here.
off.
Same thing here.
Yeah.
It really does accent her nose.
There's no engagement with the viewer. There's no reason for anybody to look at these and go, wow, that's cool, that's good, that's interesting. It's just kind of bleh.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like but they're just kind of
So, of all of the pictures that we saw here today, do any kind of stand out to you?
I really like the Havana shot. I like the boxing guy. I like the this guy here with the light right there. I like that one.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just do this real quick. Get rid of the ratings that they all have.
All right.
That's that
I
one.
like that. I like this guy right there.
This guy. Horsebutt? Did Horsebutt do anything
did
for
not,
you?
not make it at all. That you like that one. The fashion.
I like that one. I'm going to put that one
they
in
had
there.
some good stuff in there, but I don't know which one I would choose because it was all pretty good. I think the goat really was one. I like the doc of that one that in black and white, but I like it. I mean, if we have to post-process it, I don't know. If we do the post-processing, it doesn't really win. I really like the light and everything about that one race car shot.
I like watermelon.
Watermelon is good. The race car shot I kind of like.
Shot.
And
see, and that's the thing. Like, all in all, like, I know that people in the chat are probably like, well, they're spending too much time on this picture, or they're not working on this picture. And it's like,
is the goal just to get through them as fast as we can? Because we can do that.
yeah, yes, no, yes, no, yes,
Yes,
no.
no,
But
yes, no.
there's also, I mean, what can you say about this? He's holding the dog
I
up.
tell you what I say about it. It's bad.
So, stuff like that I think is a pain. Oh, you said boxing shot.
Boxing shot, yeah.
Boxing
All right,
shot
can
was
we
pretty good.
Filter it down and see that we had some good shots today.
So 1, 2,
3,
3,
4,
4.
5, 6. So now that I see them in that context, I think the weakest one is the guy with the sunglasses.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shot, but I think it's the weakest one of those.
I say that's probably the best shot out of the group.
Yeah.
The Havana shot.
I like the dock, but I don't know. I like the car. I don't know. There's and the little girl's adorable. There's some good stuff there. So thanks everybody for sending them in there. And we're out of time. We're way crazy, ridiculous, stupid out of time. But thank you guys for that. Keep an eye on lightroomkillertips.com for our show to debut next week.
That's right.
And I don't know what
pretty
else. That's what we got.
But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next week here on The Grid. Take care.
Should there be theme music there? Dun, 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 dun.